Good day, this is JNN Weekday News. I'm Lafine Wigan. Here now are the top stories. The rural transport operators threatened to withdraw their service today, expressing their dissatisfaction with the regulations by the Transport Authority. The operators, who are members of the Rural Urban Transport Association (RUTA), are up in arms over the decision of the Transport Authority to block rural carriage operators from picking up passengers in the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region (KMTR). The association has received strong support from other transport lobby groups such as JATU, WTA, Intercity Transport, NATO, and TODSS, which are also disgruntled about new regulations introduced by the government in the KMTR. A meeting yesterday between the Transport Authority and the rural bus operators to discuss the regulation ended without a resolution. President of the Rural Urban Transport Association (RUTA), Henry Marshall, says the new regulation will put most of its 600 members out of business. The National Water Commission (NWC) has launched a probe into the theft of water meters from several residential properties in the corporate area. According to police, a total of 10 meters were removed from homes in Washington Gardens and surrounding areas between last week Monday and Holy Thursday. One resident, Norman Perry, approximated that the thieves came at about midnight to his property and removed the meter, leaving him in great shock. Another resident expressed that this is the first time the incident has occurred. Some residents are questioning if the meters were removed by scrap metal thieves or may have been carried out by people involved in the illegal bullet-making trade. Meanwhile, Charles Buchanan, Director of Communication at NWC, confirmed that the water company had received reports of the theft. The police have since launched their own investigation into the incident. The Jamaica Bankers Association (JBA) says government's proposal to impose a tax on withdrawals from deposit-taking institutions and encashments from securities dealers may discourage some individuals and businesses from utilizing the formal banking system. The JBA, which is the latest organization to oppose the tax proposed by Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips when he opened the budget debate on Holy Thursday, said too that the proposal not only conflicts with the country's aim to achieve greater financial inclusion, but would encourage greater activity in the informal economy. The measure is projected to raise $2.25 billion as part of government's efforts to plug the gap in the budget. But the bankers said it was concerned that the administration did not present a more equitable and sustainable strategy to meet the shortfall in the revenue for the 2014-2015 fiscal year. As the government moves to intensify its crackdown on predial larceny, a national animal identification and traceability system, which entails tagging cattle, is to be rolled out by the second quarter of this year. In his contribution to the 2014-2015 budget debate in Parliament yesterday, Minister of Agriculture Roger Clark stressed that the most potent weapon against predial larceny is a foolproof traceability system, which has the additional benefit of facilitating and enhancing trade in agriculture and food safety. Mr. Clark says under the program, every head of cattle will be tagged and farmers issued a passport for the animal. This passport will contain critical information about the cattle and will be mandatory for the movement of the animal. In business, Japan's Toyota, the world's biggest automaker, sold more than 10 million vehicles in the year to March for the first time. The announcement comes despite the firm struggling to recover its reputation for safety after the recall of millions of cars around the world for various problems. The firm said it shifted 10.13 million units in the 12 months to the end of March, a rise of 4.5% year-on-year and likely setting an industry record. Its closest rivals, Germany's Volkswagen and US-based General Motors, report their sales on a calendar year basis, but analysts said it was unlikely they had sold over 10 million vehicles in any 12-month period. The Japanese giant also holds the title of the world's top automaker for 2013 after selling 9.98 million vehicles. Toyota pointed to strong sales at home and in key overseas markets, including China, now the world's biggest vehicle market. And those were the headlines for this hour. You can watch our live stream at JamaicaNewsNetwork.com. I'm Lafine Wigan, and this is JNN News Worth Watching.